Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik. Welcome back to more Fall Guys. I'm going to jump straight into things today and just play 2 shows worth of solos. Because, you know, the LTMs this week, it's finals marathon and it's like, yeah, we've already played it. And I just enjoy main show a bit more. Now, a few little spicy things. First and foremost, if you're a veteran to the series, you'll know that we're playing as the guy that kind of started it all. This is like what I would say is my go-to skin. It was in the first few videos of the series, and I usually play this guy a fair bit when I'm not playing on camera. And yeah, I just figured, you know, it's cool. And also, as we're playing on Switch today, it gives my game less stuff to load in as well. You know, it gives me a bit of a competitive advantage, some would say. Yes, we are also back on Switch because the PC version, for whatever reason, still isn't working. I'll get to the bottom of it eventually, or it'll just randomly resolve itself, but until then, you gotta make do with what you have, and this is me doing that. Now, I was just about to complain we hadn't found a match. Now, I'm expecting us to get a win, not exactly, but I do want to do decently well, you know, clean up a few daily challenges, that sort of stuff, do well enough so that we can rank up a few times in the Fame Pass. Because we're actually just a few tiers away from getting 100 free showbucks, which should ideally allow us to go ahead and purchase the Fame Pass at the very end of this recording, if all things align. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Again, we're just going to persevere, just going to hold on, but, yeah, I reckon if we buy the Fame Pass using those free ones, we'll unlock a load of other ones as well, and I think it'll give us enough to go and buy the next one as well, so long as we max it out all the way. Which is like, I care a negative amount for Final Fantasy, but hey, I'll max it for free showbucks. I'm just saying. It's like, I'm broke. Of course I'm going to start caring now. Anyway, oh, that's not the dive button. Why is the dive button? Yeah, as you can see, our lack of control knowledge definitely isn't helping all too well, but you know, we'll get in there. As long as we can kind of just ride the coattails of the people in front of us, this will work out quite well. And wow, okay, that... If we want to talk about comebacks, that is certainly one way to make one. I'm actually really impressed with that. Wow. Okay, now we're going to make our way around these. I reckon we're in easily. Yeah. Okay, pushing towards the back of the pack, but... Hey, considering I didn't know how to dive at the beginning and that cost me a few seconds, I'll take it. Ooh. Skill-based matchmaking still is brutal. Does not care if I'm on a console I've got less experience on. It will find a way. Ah, well. Down to 38. Oh, God. Like, the colour of green on the qualifying screen is really distracting to me on this, and I don't know why. Like, I suppose it's because it's just, like, it's just weirdly dark compared to everything else, but I don't know. Maybe the Switch wasn't able to handle the bright green they've got on the other versions. But I don't know. So, what else is there to chat about today? I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but honestly, I'm drawing nothing but a party promenade. I think we recorded a few rounds I just didn't qualify from before I started properly filming last episode, or at least what you guys got to see. And I remember distinctly not being able to qualify from this, just because like the trapezium part and stuff I was really struggling with. So it'd be interesting to see if I can actually overcome that this time, because I mean, if I am, like, I think diving I've got down. It's just grabbing and like specifically those swinging bits. But if I'm able to get that down, I'll be mega chuffed. Now let's do this then. Let's do this. Like, again, it'll be close, which is kind of the scary thing. It's like, I am literally just the same account, same lobbies and everything. Just controllers I'm a bit less experienced on significantly less powerful hardware. I am still surprised the game runs decently. Is it 30 frames a second? Absolutely not. Like, I don't know, just looks a bit funny to me. It's not a smooth 30, that's not just me. Like, maybe someone a bit more technical can tell me what this actually runs at. Like, I'm thinking it probably runs like a precise 20. Which is like, fair enough, with all these balloons spawning in, I can't say I blame them for having a bit of a low frame rate here and then that. Oh, I was trying to get my jump thing off. Now, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a wuss. I'm gonna be the wuss I was always designed to be and just take this way. I know it's probably gonna like put me in a lot of danger for getting eliminated, but I just don't trust it. Which I think is, we kind of need to trust something in order to go do that, and like, I guarantee if we had done that, the alternate universe, you know, shift timelines for a second, I guarantee we wouldn't have made it, or would still be stuck there now if we tried that trapezium. And it wouldn't have to qualify, so, you know, for one of the few times I actually take that route, I salute the fact it got me 9th. And yeah, we're really breezing through these rounds. Not that I'm complaining, but you know. Actually, All that talk of the Fame Pass earlier, I wonder what the next Fame Pass is going to be. Because this current one is Final Fantasy XIV. It's a game all my friends play, and that I just kind of watch them play. I do not understand how anyone could derive enjoyment from that video game. It looks like it... You know one of the Death Eaters or Soul Eaters from Harry Potter, where they drain all the joy from your life? From what I've seen of that game, it looks like that. But I wonder, you know, it's like, I'm going to get the outfits, because admittedly the designs are cool. But I wonder if, like, probably not... I don't think they do back-to-back collab Fame Passes, but... I wonder if we will see a few more just entirely, you know, collab-based Fame Passes. Or like maybe half the Fame Passes are collab, for example. Also, what is that noise? You hear that, right? It was like a jet engine. And there's not even a jet engine on the map. Odd. Okay, creative moment. Right. I think that single death, knowing my matchmaking bracket, is actually going to be the death of me. I could be wrong. And I hope I'm wrong. But this is a creative round, and from my understanding, creative rounds are like the easiest thing ever to everyone else who's ever played the game, bar me. Like, I'm sorry, these subtle inclines, the part of my brain that hasn't evolved from being a monkey hates them. It's like, oh, monkey no understand 30-degree incline. Oh, swingy bar. It's like, yeah, I think our fate was sealed the time we died, like the first time we died, but that second death just then. Definitely, well, it didn't help, did it? Didn't help. Now, what is going on here? Are you... It's a purple platform. I gotta say, the innovation really is... What the fuck? Oh, okay, he was falling for a while. He was going there. He was taking the cinematic route. Okay, can I make this? You know, it's like route anyway, but let's try it. Let's try. You never know if you don't try. I think it's better to just ride it out here. There's 4 people left, and I'm pretty sure there's more than 4 people in front of me. But, you know, we can try. We'll try and get as far as we can, but... I mean, what was that, round 3? I think that was round 3. It's not the worst thing in the world. You know, we got probably some dailies done from it, but... Here we are. First one to get pushed off as well on the elimination stream. Actually, that's an interesting thing to talk about. So I don't know how many of you were active on Twitter, or X, as Elon Musk would like everyone to call it nowadays. But there are a few Fall Guys-based accounts on there, which are quite interesting. And I'll see if I can find it. So close to those 100 Showbucks. But they ran a Fall Guys, basically, community-hosted vibe check. If you don't know what the vibe checks are, they are weekly things sent out on Friday. So tomorrow, from the day of recording and you guys seeing this, there'll be a vibe check sent out. And you can talk about the health of the game and stuff, and it helps the developers understand just stuff that needs tweaking. Although they're always quite, like, surface level. You know, they're never going to have they'll be like, oh, which of these rounds do you like more? Why do you like the round? Yeah, it'll never be what business decision that we have made has made you completely lose faith in the company. Whereas this fan-made vibe check kind of asks the real nitty-gritty questions that, you know, an official company survey would like to steer away from to please shareholders and convince them nothing is wrong. And there was some interesting stuff in there if I can find it. I think it was done by Fall Guys Trivia? I'll see if I can find the results because they were very interesting and I think some of you guys listening may be very interesting. Okay, yes, I found it. So yeah, I'll read you guys the data analytics for the second game, and you can't stop me. But yeah, so I'll read through the questions, but I just think the results are quite interesting, because I also took part in them, so I'm one of those little guys. But the first one was basically just asking people what got them into Fall Guys, and far and away, the biggest thing was seeing people play the game, and then the PlayStation Plus promotion, or trailers, which is like, oh, we're back again, are we? Alright. But yeah, I think that was kind of a given. And then a lot of people started playing the game in Legacy Season 1 to 3, but a lot of people also started picking up the game. A few people picked it up after that time, like original 4 to 6, but a fair few people picked it up after the game went free, which is like fair enough. Not as much as the originals, but you know, still a decent amount. And then the next one asked people if they were playing Fall Guys more or less, to which I think that's 60% of the participants said they play less. And then a remaining 30%, 25% said that they play around the same as they did. Which I think is like, you're not going to see that on an official survey, you know? But it's a good survey, because it looks into problems people have had with the game for a while, the concerns they've got. And it was quite interesting to see how people responded, because, like, I would tell you guys my answers, but I think most of them align with the majority so far. Like, I definitely do play the game a little bit less than I used to. Picked up the game originally, you know, first few seasons, and I started doing it because of a friend recommending it, actually. It was not one of those popular YouTubers that were trying to influence me. Yeah, no, it was one of my friends from a Discord server. They're like, oh, you should play Fall Guys, and I was like, you know, I will, and if I don't like it, I'll return it at the end of the 2 hours. And I was still really unsure by the end of those 2 hours, so in the end I was kind of like, you know what, I'll return it. And then the next day I bought it and happily watched it go over 2 hours, and that's where the addiction began. And then the game went free a few years later. Oh my god, he caught it. What? I'm rarely ever able to grab that, but I did that on the Switch. Huh? I won't complain. Anyway, remaining results from that survey. Okay, what's this? Why are you not playing as much anymore? This was if they answered, don't play as much as the previous question. So I'm gonna say these in order of importance. But the number one reason people weren't playing the game as much was because the round variety sucked, followed by a lack of interesting live events, then the LTM variety and frequency, and then a focus on creative instead of the main game. And then creative rounds and solo show, and then the rest kind of dropped off, but they were skill-based matchmaking, bugs, things out of my control, and other. Which I agree with. Like, all of those are very much like they're far and away, and then like, the fact that skill-based matchmaking was as low as it is, compared to literally everything else, had like my jaw on the floor, you know? Like, oh. Like, people don't like this season, and I thought I was kind of alone in that, but a lot of people do not like the focus on creative compared to the game, and especially the creative rounds. Because I think how I've seen people describe it is there are rounds made in creative, which is every round you have played this season, that came out this season, and then there are Unity rounds, which were the games made just using developer tools every season until Season 4, pretty much. And this way is surely going to be a way forward, right? Yeah, I'm not going to risk that. I like living, actually. Hot take, I'm aware. Okay, so this way, this way, this way. Yep, okay. No! Do you know how much I sacrificed? I don't think we're making it out of the... we're not making it out of the Blunderdome with this one, are we? No. Everything I did and it got blown back in my face. Damn. It's like, I took the risk, but the risk did not pay off. You know, granted, we could probably play one more. Yeah, we'll play one more while we keep going through this little survey results. I didn't host this, by the way. It was an independent Twitter account. I just found it interesting. And then... Oh, okay, there is... What? No, there's 2 remaining ones. And I will buy the Fame Pass at the very end. Don't you worry. We'll buy it now to keep the, you know, pacing of the video nice and... But, cue back in. Eventually. The music stopping is really jarring. That's not just me, is it? It's like, you know, it's the ball. And then the noises. Ugh. You're scaring me, Fall Guys. But, there's only 6 questions in this, by the way, but they're all quite good. So question 5... asked people who said they were playing the game more why they were playing the game more, and the 2 highest answers there were the frequent Fame Passes and that the mid-season updates were interesting, and that they like creative and skins and crown ranks. And then not a lot of people answered for liking the war or like the world building, which is like fair. And then I think the final one, this is the spicy one, right? Like, again, you wouldn't see this in a vibe check, in like the specific detail this goes, and you'll see why. But as the developers of the game, do you think they're gonna like ask people, so are you upset with the business decision we've made to only make rounds in creative now on? They ain't gonna ask that, but community members will. So the final question, in case you were wondering, asked people what they thought the biggest issues were in Fall Guys currently, from worst to least worst. There was 10 of these, and these are the community voted things that they do not currently like about Fall Guys. And number 1, kind of far and away, was round vaulting. So rounds that just aren't available to play for whatever reason. You know, like a lot of the Season 2 rounds aren't in the round pool, and from free for all, like space themed and whatnot. You know, rounds like that way, it's like you physically cannot get them. Like, it's not just in one show, it is. No, like these do not exist. You will not play these. So that was people's number 1 grievance with the game. The second highest was a lack of new Unity rounds. Basically stuff just not made in creative. You know, it's got like a unique like badge and display thing, that sort of stuff. And then number 3, lack of LTM variety. I found that quite surprising. And then the fourth biggest grievance was a creative round in solos. Week 5 was LTMs only lasting 1 week. 6 was bugs. 7 was rubbish live events. 8 was connection issues. And we made that last, I'm sorry. Yeah, but 8 was connection issues. 9 is skill-based matchmaking in solos. And 10 was physics. I should probably say my opinion on all of that. I think it is very good that something like this was made, because the developers were never going to ask this question. And it was a pretty big amount of people that answered, actually. If I'm just do a quick tally, that was it's like 300 people, which I know thousands of people play Fall Guys every day, but I think 300 is a good size of your player base. And yeah, no. In case you're wondering what my thoughts on any of that were, first of all, I think it's interesting. And second of all, it's kind of cool to see that people kind of agree with my own stance that things felt a little bit weird with the start of this season, where, you know, they released creative and now it's all R rounds are made in creative too. Like, the best way I can describe it, everyone knows Fortnite. Fortnite has creative. Fortnite creative is quite limited. And people have tried to make a previous Fortnite maps using creative. They've done it multiple times, even with the new version. They've always tried to do it. And you wanna know what they've always also had happen? It never works. Because, shockingly, the version of tools that you give to the user are always going to be less powerful than the ones you had in private. You gotta, like, dumb it down, you know, so, like, an average person can make a level. And, you know, oh, okay, well, I guess we're going down. Something tells me we are not going to make this. Then again, something was telling me that last round, too. But yeah, there's a chance. But, you know, it's like, there's just something about developer tools that allow you to make better levels, more intricate levels, and it's like, I don't know, it's the same issue with Fortnite, actually, where all the people aren't happy with the introduction of creative into that game, and you're not going to believe this, because it made the main game just a bit bad. Like, the developers had to stop trying to make, like, their own LTMs, because the community was just doing them for them, for free. Oh, please, please! Can I get in the thing? I'm sorry, what is this? What the? Well, personally, I think bugs should be higher on that survey list now. What was that? I'm sorry. I think that's more a sign than any that I maybe angered the Fortnite gods. But yeah, no, it was cool to see those results. A lot of people were also kind of nervous about creative and all future rounds being made in it, because it's like, it sets a weird precedent that I don't think all the people gelled too well with. But, yeah, let me try to see what you guys think on that. Again, if you want the actual account and like the raw stuff, it is at Fall Guys Trivia on Twitter. Now, end of the video. And after all that complaining, I'm going to give Fall Guys my hard-earned showbucks. There we go. Yes, acknowledge. Bump. And yes, I gotta confirm. Here we go. I now own the Battle Pass full of costumes I have no particular investment in, but goddamn, it will give me showbucks, and that's what matters. Oh, okay, then we go. Now, I think we're going to end this one here. So if you have enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help out a bunch. It lets me know that you want to see more of this and all that good stuff. And yeah, I think that's everything. So until next time, with all that said and all that aside, thanks for watching, guys. My name's been Neremik, and peace out.